Howdy folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where we've just found out that the Wolf of Sparta, the general we've been hired to assassinate, is none other than our father Nikolaos. And the last time we saw him, he was throwing us off a mountain. In order to get to him, we're first going to have to learn how to sail a ship.
Nothing like a sea breeze.
Does the deck always feel like it's moving?
I've got the perfect opportunity for you to get your sea legs.
Oh? What would that be?
Well, when the Cyclops was giving me a drumming, his pirates took my cargo. I know their ship, and I know where they're heading. What say we get it back?
Sure. It'll be a good opportunity to see how your ship and crew perform.
All right there, let's get moving. Let's see how
Ship combat in this game is a lot of fun, and it's also relatively simple. W and S speeds you up or slows you down, but speeding up depletes the rower's stamina bar, which is the blue bar at the bottom of the screen, above the white bar, which is the ship's health bar. As long as there are no threats around, you can press the space bar to drop the sails, and this is basically your cruising speed. While you're sailing, keep an eye out for any wreckage in the water. This is salvage, usually olive wood used for upgrading the ship, which you can retrieve from the water just by pressing the E key. Up ahead is our target pirate ship, and it's not going to go down without a fight. You press the right mouse button to aim and fire archers, and the left mouse button to aim and fire your javelins, which does have a shorter range. At the moment, I can only fire one volley of each. But the best way of taking out a ship is to cleave it, and that basically means ramming it while you're going at full speed.
That cargo is mainly in the scrap with those pirates. The seas are more dangerous now that Sparta and Athens are at each other's throats.
We need new recruits to better our crew.
I know where to start. The best archer I know. He'd be a valuable asset.
When can we meet him?
Well, you're going to have to persuade him.
What do you mean?
You get him aboard and I'll talk him into it. A little drachmi should sweeten the deal.
So you want me to knock him out?
No. Well, maybe just pacify him a little. Then get him to the ship so we can have a little talk. Everything will be fine. I promise you.
Right, we've just accepted a quest from Barnabas to go and recruit a lieutenant for the ship. More on that in a moment. First, these are pirate-infested waters. Any ship with a black sail is a pirate vessel, and there's a whole bunch of them nearby.
Everyone to your positions! We'll crash them!
They're speeding up for a hit, Commander!
You can see that I'm coming in trying to ram him, so let's change course accordingly. This guy too. Get some javelins away while they're close, however. Plenty of stamina, go at full speed, we're going to try to cleave this guy. Well, that's knocked that ship out, but it hasn't sunk it. We're going to have the opportunity to board any vessels that we've crippled. There goes another one. Although, in the middle of combat, I think it might be a better idea to deal with this guy first. And he is going to attempt to ram, and we've managed to avoid it. Get the javelins away and hold down Q to brace, which reduces the damage that we take from any missile attacks like javelins or arrows. And that's incapacitated this fella. Now that we've incapacitated all three of the hostile pirate ships, we have four choices as to how we're going to proceed. We can either ignore them and sail on our merry way. We can hit them with another volley of arrows or javelins, which will sink them and generate some loot. We can ram and cleave the ships in two, which will generate a lot of loot. Or if we want to get the most out of the situation, and we've got the time, we can initiate a boarding action. Kill the crew and take everything that they have on board. And boarding action it is. There we go. Crew have all been eliminated. Once the crew have all been eliminated, you can loot any chests on board the ship. Bigger ships have more chests, up to 3. So that's one ship taken care of. But there were another 2. So we're going to take their stuff as well. That ship's going to sink now. And also generate some salvage that we can grab while we're here. There are 2 others. This is not going to be particularly difficult. I am level 9, which means my ship is also level 9. And that guy's only level 6, so I've got a 3 level advantage. It's very difficult to lose a fight against somebody or something that's 3 levels lower than you. Now I could just cleave this ship in half if I was in a hurry. And I would get plenty of salvage out of that, but I wouldn't get any of the loot that was on board. So we're going to board these guys as well. Watch out though, they do like to shoot back. Well, like I said, these guys are only level 6 and I'm level 9. Only 3 of them left. None of them left. Okay. Let's quickly jump on board, loot that chest before the ship sinks, because it is going down. And then get back on board the Adrestia and continue on our merry way. There was a 3rd pirate ship, but I think I took so long to board it that it just sank of its own devices. So, anyway. We have a mission to find and recruit the best archer on the pirate island. The only thing we know at the moment is that it's in Phokis, and it's just south of the sacred lands of Apollo. However, I've also spotted an undiscovered location on the map, which is right there. And I want to know what that is. It's underwater. New location discovered. Poseidon's Fury. Alright, let's send Icarus up to see what we can see. There's some loot down there. Lots of wreckage on the surface. That does tend to be a bit of a giveaway that there's something below the water in the position indicated by all the floating wreckage. There's also a shark down there. Anything else? There's one chest there. And there's one there. And I've only spotted one shark, so that seems to be about it. Right. We're going swimming.
Commander, leaving the helm!
It's about 50 metres down. And I'm probably going to have to deal with that shark first, although I'll give it as wide a berth as possible, because why fight something if you don't have to? There are actually 3 treasures here on this wreck. Oh, the shark's closing in. Get the spear out. Bugger off, you big, toothy, evil fish thing. Here it comes. Ow, that kind of hurt. But we got it. Breath meter's about 50%. We can afford to loot whatever this is. And that's a very, very nice belt. No crap, there's another shark, and I'm running out of breath, and I don't really have time to fight it. I need to just get the hell out of here and hope the shark loses interest. Don't worry if you run out of breath while you are underwater. Your health bar kind of acts as a reserve oxygen meter. Once you run out of breath when you're underwater, you just start losing health. Providing you can make it to the surface before all of your health runs out, then you will live. Well, we picked up a very, very nice belt from the first chest. And there are another 2 down here. So let's see what's in box number 2. Oop, there's a shark down there as well, but it's, well, it seems to be significantly deeper than this chest. So we should be able to loot this thing without any interruptions. What's in box number 2, Jingles? Let's find out. Pair of sandals. Can't equip them yet, they're level 10, I'm not. And they're not particularly good, but they are better than the rubbish that I'm wearing. I'm going to take a quick return to the surface just to top off my lungs so I can dive down for a 3rd and hopefully final time and investigate the contents of loot box number 3. Not too far ahead. Seems to be some kind of sunken temple down here. What's in box number 3, Jingles? Well, a new figurehead and a bow, which is kind of nice. The figurehead's for the ship. And of course we've now completed the location, so we get some bonus experience for that as well. Let's get back on board and check out the new figurehead. It's we don't actually have a figurehead on the ship at the moment. And it doesn't do anything, it's just completely cosmetic, but there are a number of different ones that you can actually obtain for your ship. And this, assuming you know where to look, seems to be the first one. And just in case you're playing the game and you haven't actually found this figurehead yet, it's just to the west of Kefalonia, right there. And that is where we're going to find this archer that Barnabas is talking about. It's actually right there.
That's the island. You'll need to be cautious. It will be crawling with pirates.
I should send Ikaros up to get the lay of the land.
Wait for the commander's return.
Pretty much every non-player character in the game can technically be recruited to serve as a lieutenant on board your ship. To begin with, you can only take one lieutenant on board to supplement your crew, although as you upgrade the hull of the Adrestia, you'll eventually be able to accommodate anything up to 4. Now, the various different non-player characters that you're going to be slaughtering and murdering throughout the world often have very, very useful skills, which can make them attractive targets for recruitment to serve on board the Adrestia. So it can actually be quite useful when you're checking out and tagging targets with Icarus, just to linger for a couple of seconds and see exactly what skills the various different people that you're about to kill have. Because it might be a better idea, instead of killing them, to knock about and recruit them. And you knock them out, well, the simplest and most effective way is just to sneak up on them, as in an assassination attack, but instead of killing them, press E to render them unconscious, and then
Today's the day you earn your freedom.
you get the option of recruiting them
my
to join
crew
your crew.
and sail with us.
So,
He'll make a worthy addition to the crew.
we now have one lieutenant available for the ship. We haven't actually assigned him yet into the single available lieutenant slot that we have, but while we're here there is something else that we forgot to do earlier, because we acquired a new figurehead for the Adrestia. Actually, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I acquired as part of the pre-order package, like this Phoenician cosmetic skin, which is kind of nice. And there's my eagle figurehead, which I'm sure you'll agree is very fetching too. We also have some cosmetic skins for the crew, so we're going to go ahead and use those. Now, this lieutenant. I've only got one lieutenant, and he's a bit crap, but 3% bonus arrow damage is better than no % bonus arrow damage, so we're going to go ahead and assign him. And then, since we're here anyway, and there is a location objective associated with this little island, the Marooned Bandit Camp, we're going to go ahead and slaughter everybody and take their stuff. Unlike the pirates that we fought at sea, these guys are actually the same level as me, so I probably don't want to just go wading in there, waving my spear around. Let's take this guy out. I should be okay leaving the body there. I'm probably only going to get to stealth kill one of these guys, and I'll have to fight the other one. Gotcha. Oh, that was unnecessarily violent. Right. As I said, there are a number of different ways of taking people down without killing them in the game. The simplest and most effective is to just sneak up behind them and knock them out instead of stabbing them. But pretty much any non-fatal attack will also do it. You can reduce a target to low health, and then finish them off with the Sparta kick ability, and provided you don't kick them off a very tall object, and they aren't killed upon hitting the ground, they will be rendered unconscious, giving you the option of recruiting them. You can also, providing you've spent ability points in the relevant skill in the hunter tree, you can also craft knockout arrows.
I got him.
Good! He'll be a valuable asset to the crew.
Will he be enough?
Don't worry. There'll be plenty of opportunities to recruit more people as we go.
Something tells me we're going to need them.
We should set a course for Megaris. A long voyage can be relaxing, but we are not really the cruising type. If you want to spice things up a bit, you can always check my log over there. I make a note of anything I hear that could be of interest to a daring captain.
Oh, Barnabas, you old pirate, you. Yep, the ship has a message board. and it's there on the mast. But first, I've just leveled up, I've reached level 10, and I have an ability point to spend. And I think I'm going to put it into a very useful skill. It's called Critical Assassination. It's exactly the same as an assassination attack, except it does double damage. It just takes a little bit longer to execute. And while a standard assassination attack is usually good enough to deal with the plebs, like the various different guards and sentries that you find scattered around the place that need murdering, the bosses often require a little bit more assassination damage. Here's the ship's message board. It's exactly the same as notice boards that you find in towns and cities, except it tends to be slightly more naval orientated. And it's usually worth picking up any quest that doesn't actually have a time limit on it, or that doesn't involve you sinking merchant ships, becoming a pirate and having a bounty placed on your head. And now, on to Megaris, where there's just the small problem of the Athenian blockade that we have to deal with before we can actually reach the harbour. Athens didn't really like fighting the Spartans, on land anyway, but at sea it was a completely different matter. The Spartans were generally pretty terrible sailors. The Athenians, on the other hand, had what was probably the best navy in the world. Well, second best. Still two more of these little buggers though. Oh no you don't. Okay, that ship's incapacitated. Can I cleave it? What's the third one doing? Oh, he's closing in. Okay. I'm going to slow and reverse, cleave the ship behind me from the rear while swinging the ship around to deal with the one coming in from the front. And I think we're going to board this one. And I've just got a brand new bow, so might as well put it to use. These are only level 4 ships. This is not difficult. Boarding complete. It's going to take their stuff. It's probably not going to be too valuable. It's just a level 4 ship after all. Don't know why they're only level 4. I mean, this is the Athenian blockade of Megaris. You're going to be at least level 7 by the time you get here. But, yeah, not complaining. Where did they come from? The hell? Another ship. Oh, hello! Huh. It's kind of weird. Well, I'm not complaining. More loot is more loot. Unfortunately, now I have a little bit of a bounty on my head. Thanks to my unbridled acts of piracy on the high seas. This isn't a huge problem. Like I said, there are a number of different ways. Well, like I said in the previous video, there are a number of different ways of getting rid of a bounty. You can pay it off yourself. You can locate and assassinate the sponsor of the bounty, the person responsible for paying it and posting it in the first place. Or you can just wait for it to decay over time. Of course, while you're waiting for the bounty to decay over time, other mercenaries are going to be tracking you down, with the intention of killing you and claiming the money on your head. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because the more other mercenaries that you kill, the further you advance through the various different tiers in the mercenary tree, which unlocks all kinds of useful benefits. Also, mercenaries tracking you down tend to have fairly good stuff that you can loot from the bodies afterwards, or can have very nice skills that come in very handy if you manage to recruit them as crew for your ship. So sometimes it can be worth just letting the bounty run and seeing what kind of attention it brings your way. Anyway, we've almost reached Megaris after having dealt with the Athenian blockade, and this of course is where Greek Ian McShane gave us the contract to assassinate the Wolf of Sparta, our estranged father Nikolaos, last seen dropping us off the top of Mount Paitos 20 years earlier. Oh, that's not him. Oh, there he is. Doesn't appear to have aged terribly well. Then again, appearances can be deceptive. He might be getting on a bit, but that just means he's an old Spartan. And you don't get to be an old Spartan without being a particularly dangerous Spartan.
See, the Athenian dog Pericles fears you. He cowers in his Parthenon, surrounded by playwrights and sophists. He dares not face you with honor on the battlefield. He knows you are too strong. He knows Athens' days in Margolis are numbered. And he knows Athens is next!
Oh, hi Kassandra. Kassandra, there's Daddy. Kassandra, he's got his back to you. It was never going to be this easy. I mean, come on. Who's this guy?
You destroyed the Athenian blockade.
Yep, that was me.
They were in my way.
Sparta owes you thanks. Diki has blessed you, my friend. You arrived in time to watch my pater achieve a glorious victory.
Well, he's not your dad. Is he?
You can't be his son. I heard his children died in Sparta many years ago.
He adopted me into his household after his previous family failed him.
Aha.
I would never bring dishonor to him.
Sometimes things happen in a way that you don't plan or expect. History has a way of remembering things strangely.
You talk as if you were there.
Maybe I was.
Nonsense. You're too young to have witnessed such things. But enough of the past, let's discuss the future. What is a mercenary doing sailing into a war they aren't being paid to fight in? Tell me why you're really here before I cut you down for wasting my time.
Is this guy stupid? I'm a mercenary. This is a war zone. Figure it out.
It's my honor to serve Sparta. I've come to pledge my sword to the Wolf of Sparta.
If you wish to pledge your services to my pater, you can do so by helping me. The fleet might be destroyed, but Megaris is firmly in Athenian control. We need to weaken their position if we are to take to the field and drive them back to Athens.
Why do you need a mercenary to do that? You seem to have plenty of soldiers at your disposal.
It's not a question of manpower. The Megarians are our allies. We do not want to commit troops until we know victory is assured. My scouts are already locating key targets that we can hit.
I'll help you rid Megaris of Athenians for a price.
Typical of your type. No honor or sense of duty. But your skills
Well,
are better serving
duh.
us.
I'm a mercenary. And why would a mercenary have a sense of honour and duty to Sparta?
They don't need more help.
I'm not convinced this guy is really smart enough to be serving in the capacity of lieutenant to the Wolf of Sparta.
And drive
I
their
might need to
forces
kill
all
him.
the way back to Athens, destroying their supplies, stealing their war chest, and killing their elite troops should leave him vulnerable. Take this and present it to my scouts. If you find them in the field, be sure to check for new information. They might also have need of your skills.
I think I know what must be done.
Remember, every Athenian soldier you eliminate will also help us achieve victory.
And once I've brought the Athenians to their knees for Sparta, I'll get that meeting with Nikolaos. Or you'll be next.
Send those Athenian dogs to Hades, Misthios. Do this, and the wolf will personally see to it that you are rewarded.
And this introduces us to the whole concept of conquering nations in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The various different nation-states throughout the Greek world are allied to either Athens or Sparta. Megaris is currently allied with Athens, and in order to change that situation we're going to have to trigger a conquest battle. And we can do that by lowering the national power. There are 3 stages of national power. At the moment Megaris is fortified. We can reduce it to weakened and then vulnerable. And we can do that by killing Athenian soldiers, burning their supplies and looting their national treasures, reducing the national power from fortified to weakened down to vulnerable. Now, these 3 states are directly tied to exactly how difficult it's going to be to assassinate the national leader, who here in Megaris is the Athenian representative known as Axiolos the Sharp-Eyed. while the nation is fortified, this guy has lots and lots of elite guards. We can reduce it down to vulnerable. His guards are basically going to abandon him entirely, and he'd be a much, much easier target to assassinate and trigger that conquest battle, so we can flip control of Megaris from Athens to Sparta and get that interview with Nikolaos. And oh, the fun and games and adventures we had along the way. Single-handedly neutralising entire Athenian military forts, destroying their treasures, while at the same time being actively hunted by multiple bounty hunters. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot to record it all. So, because I'm a bit crap. And so we are now at the stage where Megaris has been weakened sufficiently that the leader is now extremely vulnerable. So we're going to go and stick a knife in his back. I just need to find him. Shouldn't be too hard. Ah. Who's this guy? Artaxerxes. Name seems familiar. Anyway, focus, Jingles. You've got a job to do. He's actually sitting outside the city with just a few non-elite guards. It's a hell of a difference, considering earlier he was actually inside a fort surrounded by half a dozen elites, as well as the regular garrison of the fort. You can see just how easy it is to actually take a national leader out once you've pillaged enough of their stuff and slaughtered enough of their people to put them into a weakened state.
Now the Athenian leader is dead. I should return to stand.
That bounty level, on the other hand, is, yeah, I'm probably going to have to do something about that. I now have 4 bounty hunters tracking me. And very, very close to making it 5. Well, what's a little bit of political assassination between friends? There's the bounty sponsor. Now I could just kill him, but that would involve infiltrating yet another fort with 4 bounty hunters on my ass. So it's probably going to be a lot simpler to just pay off the bounty myself. Especially considering I'm about to trigger the national conquest battle here in Megaris. And the thing about having bounty hunters on your arse is that they can actually turn up and try to kill you in the middle of the conquest battles, and that's tricky, particularly since we're on the invading side. Fighting a conquest battle on the defensive side is always easier, but you don't get as much loot out of it. It's going to be hard enough fighting for Sparta anyway, since we're on the attacking side, and I don't really want to risk losing it by complicating matters further with having other mercenaries involved. So I've paid off the bounties. It wasn't that expensive. And we're going to go and report to Nikolaos' idiot adopted son Stentor. Mission accomplished.
I hear good things from my commanders, mercenary. What news do you have?
The Athenian commander is dead. Megaris is ready to fall.
Good. The Wolf has ordered the attack. I'm glad you're here to join us in our march to glory.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a great honour, blah blah blah, yada yada yada.
It's about time we took the fight to the Athenians.
Yes, it's time they felt the wrath of Sparta. Come, Kleos awaits.
It's what I was born to do.
We will win the day for Sparta and the Wolf. Come, we must reach the forward camp.
Yep, whatever gets me closer to the wolf.
I am ready.
Follow me. We must prepare for the battle ahead.
So, now it's time for our very first national conquest battle, and it is actually a battle.
A bad day for Athens! A glorious day for Sparta!
So, how do you win the battle? Well, the same way you win any battle. You kill all of the enemies. While, at the same time, naturally trying to avoid being killed by them. I'm level 12 now. I picked up the shield breaker ability along the way. which is incredibly useful, because it does that. Oh, you sneaky little Athenian bastard. You can't just spam the ability though, it does have a slight cooldown, but is incredibly useful. Now, you can make things a bit easier for yourself, because let's not forget we are on the attacking side, so it is going to be slightly more difficult. But you can make things a lot easier for yourself by taking out the captains. And there's one over there, indicated by the gold seal around his level. This is just a level 9 battle, so there's very little chance that I'm actually going to lose it. I have been doing a lot of exploring, completing all kinds of side quests, all kinds of good stuff along the way. So I'm level 12, this is a level 9 battle. Now, the amount of captains and soldiers that you kill, it does directly affect the amount of loot that you're going to gain as a result of completing the battle. Since we're on the attacking side, I'm guaranteed 2 pieces of epic gear. If I was on the defending side, I'd be guaranteed 1 piece of epic gear. But the amount of resources and cash that we get is directly tied to the number of enemy soldiers and enemy captains that you kill along the way. And there's a captain. I'll just take out this little friend first. There's another captain dead, that's 2 now I think. Oh, hang on a second. What's going on here? A mercenary. Well, bugger me. Turns out paying off the bounties. Well, it wasn't a complete waste of time. And it may just be the case that because this is the very first conquest battle you fight, you're always going to get a mercenary involved here anyway. But paying off the bounties before engaging in the conquest battle was definitely the right thing to do. Or if not paying them off, eliminating the bounty sponsor, or just waiting until the bounties had decayed. But with 4 bounties on my head, I was probably going to have to wait a very, very long time. You can see the balance of power at the top of the screen. There's no way we're going to lose this. Can have his shield. Makes him a lot easier to kill. Finish off his friend while he's stunned. Who's next? Looking for another captain. There is another enemy captain up. I just have a slight Athenian soldier problem at the moment. We'll get to him as soon as we can. My various different abilities are powered by my adrenaline segments. Those are the yellow bars at the bottom of the screen. Each ability generally costs 1 adrenaline segment, although some, the more powerful abilities, can cost 3, and I only have 4 adrenaline segments. Now we can get more adrenaline segments, but that's going to involve upgrading my spear. More on that later. For now, we appear to have won our first battle. Hurrah! Sadly, however, because this is just the introductory conquest battle, I didn't get the 2 pieces of epic gear that I was promised. I feel vaguely cheated. Still 4 captains, 26 soldiers, and 1 mercenary killed, and now, finally, I get the interview with Dad.
The wolf requests the presence of the mercenary. We shall be up to him in a moment.
With respect, he wishes to see the mercenary alone.
What?
I said the commander
I
wishes...
heard what you said. I just don't understand why.
Those were his orders, sir.
Very well. It appears I have other matters to attend to.
Yeah, that's right. Keep walking, scumbag. This is an actual family matter. So, the Wolf of Sparta. Finally, I have the interview. Finally, I can do what Greek Ian McShane sent me here to do.
This is it. What do I even say?
I'd go with, my name is Kassandra of Sparta. You are my father. Prepare to die.
Murderer! She has killed him!
Focus, Kassandra. I'm so kicking him off this cliff.
So you are the champion who won us today. Tell me your name, hero, so that I may greet you as a true warrior.
Here, Pater. It's been a long time.
Impossible. I saw you fall.
I didn't fall.
I didn't fall. You fucking threw me to my death.
You tell him,
I
girl.
did what was required of me as a Spartan. I've made my peace with that. You need to as well.
Oh, I'm about
You were
to.
my father. You were supposed to protect me.
You were reckless. You forced my hand.
I was protecting my brother because you wouldn't.
The Oracle decreed that Alexios had to die. Her word is absolute. You know that.
You can't cower behind your sense of duty anymore.
Enough! I can't change the past, Kassandra. I will live and die a Spartan.
There's a large reward for the mercenary that can collect the wolf's head.
Is that why you're here?
Duty won't save you from the ghosts of your past. Now you will answer to me! I'm going to watch the light fade from your eyes as you die by my hand! Gah!
I loved you. And your brother.
Wrong thing to say.
You were never truly mine.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
There's something you need to ask, Mother. Kassandra. Kassandra. Beware the snakes in the grass.
Plot twist. I like his hat. Yeah, I think I'm going to take his hat.
What's the meaning of this?
He really isn't very smart, is he?
What have you done?
What does it look like I've done?
I came here to get revenge against the man that tried to murder me. And that's what I did.
Traitor!
Not technically a traitor, Stentor. See, to be a traitor, I would have to be a Spartan soldier, and I'm not. And we've already established that I'm in this for the money. Now, I really want to kick this guy off the cliff. I mean, I haven't had a... Ooh, cheeky little bugger. I haven't had a "this is Sparta" moment for a while, and there it is. And he lands in the water and it doesn't kill him. Shit. Okay. The problem here is that I managed to kick Stentor down into the middle of the Spartan army. I had to try and get clever. I had to try to kick him off the cliff. I screwed that up. And now I'm fighting not just him, but the entire Spartan army. So I think I need to finish this really quick and then get the hell out of here. Because I really do seem to have upset them all. Just need to make a bit of space first, because there are a lot of them. You know, actually maybe I should just finish Stentor off, because these guys could just keep respawning as far as I know. Come on. Nearly got him. Yes.
The Spartans will have my head for this.
Do you
I need to
think?
get out of here.
Yeah, I think you probably do need to get out of here. Oh! Completing that quest has awarded us Nikolaos' sword, which is a level 13 legendary. Very nice. Oh crap. Look at the bounty level. Holy shit. I need to get out of here. I definitely need to get out of here. Crap. Mercenaries. Bollocks. Shit. Alright, finish that one off. And it turns out that there are not endlessly respawning numbers of Spartan troops after all. But I'm going to have to deal with this bounty hunter. I should probably do something about removing his shield. Make him a lot easier to kill. Oh no, there's two of them. And it's only a matter of time before another two turn up. There are 4 bounties on my head. Yeah, I do not have a huge amount of health remaining. I just need to get the hell out of here. It would have been nice to kill them both and take their stuff, but let's not get greedy. I've done the mission. I can't hide. I'm going to have to run. Horse! Horse! Get on the horse! Run! 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 Or ride! Ride! Oh my god, there's another one. That's now 3 mercenaries on me. And there could be a 4th coming. I only have 1 bar of health left. 3 mercenaries on me? Nah. No, we're getting out of here. I now have to head back to Phokis and see Greek Ian McShane. Of course, first I'm going to have to make it back to my ship. Right. Let's get hidden. I'm out of combat. I'm still being pursued. 3 mercenaries. If it had just been 1 or 2, I might have been able to get away with it, but 3? No. Right, let's get that sword equipped. It is very nice. Lots of bonus warrior damage. And let's figure out how to get back to our ship. Actually, now that I'm out of combat, I can just fast travel to the ship. Which seems a little cheap. But, yeah. Then again, all I actually have to do is make it out of combat and I can fast travel back to my ship. Now I'm out of combat, I can equip that sword and fast travel back to my ship.
So, did you kill your father?
Step-father.
I suppose the gods won't judge you too harshly for a step-patricide.
Nikolaos raised me, trained me. He was my father. Even if he did try to kill me.
Is that better or worse? No matter. Yours isn't the only complicated family in the world.
Thanks. I'm glad to have you around, Varnavas.
I'm happy to be here. Would anything else help?
Finding my mother. She's alive, Varnavas. At least, Nikolaos thought so.
Some good news, praise Ira. What's your plan? What course should I set, Captain?
For now, we go to Phokis. Elpinor said he'd meet me there. He owes me money and an explanation.
Aye, Kassandra. And let's seek the wisdom of the Pythia while we're there. If anyone has answers for you, it's the Oracle of Delphi.
Yeah, oracles are a bit of a touchy subject.
I'll think about it.
Good. You know, kings and queens travel to Phokis to consult the Pythia. She can start wars or end them. They say that...
Yes, I know. That's enough oracle talk for now.
Back to business. You know where to meet Elpinor, I suppose?
His home is in Pilgrim's Landing, but Nikolaos' last words to me were a warning of snakes in the grass.
Sounds like you should make extra preparations.
Elpinor is the one who should prepare.
Meet me at Apollo's temple in Delphi when you're done dealing with the snakes.
Pinor has a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Well, we're going to get paid first, of course. You know, have to focus on what's actually important here, but then we're going to be asking Greeky and McShane some very pointed questions, because he almost certainly knows a lot more than he's letting on.
Ah, Misthios. How was Megaris?
The wolf is dead.
Excellent. The full amount is promised. You expected me to haggle? Come now, Kassandra. It isn't every day I have someone kill their own father. But he wasn't your real father, was he?
How did you know Nikolaos was my stepfather?
I love theater. All of the arts, really. A great general throws his own children off a cliff on the say-so of the oracle. It is a tragedy for the ages.
You think my life is entertainment?
Oh no, my friend. It is art. I know. It's a lot to take in all at once. Come. Tell me, Misthios, did you learn anything worthwhile in your dealings with the wolf?
Nothing I'm prepared to tell you.
I'm done talking. I should kill you where you stand.
Temper. And they said you'd be different. But blood is blood, I suppose.
They? What blood?
You really are more brawn than brains, aren't you? A shame. I could have used you for more of my errands.
Malaka. You think you can play with me? I'll cut out your tongue.
Oh, yes.
So disappointing.
I don't know who these clowns are, but it's fighty time. Which is a bit of a problem considering the bounty on my head. Now, unfortunately, my shield break ability isn't going to work on these guys, because at rank 1 it only works on small shields, and these are not small shields. Sparta kick works just fine, of course. Yep, shield break didn't work. And I've managed to aggro the peasants. That's not good. So, more murder charges added to the list. It wasn't my fault. They started it.
I should investigate his house.
Right, I am perilously close to getting that bounty up to level 4 again. But, well, I've got stuff to do here first.
Pinor's looking for a woman. I wonder who he wants in his slimy grasp now.
Here they come. Oh, great. I really don't want to be fighting a guy with a big axe like that inside a small room like this. I'm going to remove his shield. I'll get a poison stack on him. And I need to get out of here. Out of here, Kassandra. Get out of here. There we go. Ay, that hurts. No, I was facing the wrong way. God damn it. Come on, come on, come on. Finish this guy quick. Ow, ow. That thing really does actually hurt. And this guy can't be staggered with the Sparta kick ability. I mean, it does damage, but it doesn't do a knockback. Some of the opponents that you'll face will have that ability, which is kind of annoying, but what are you going to do? Poison up. Didn't get a full stack on him. Come on. There. If you manage to get a full stack of poison on somebody, it slows them, reduces their armour, and makes them take, well, not just the poison damage, but also more damage from regular attacks. This guy's tough. Nearly got him, though. And he's dead. Defeated. There's some decent gear as well, and a clue to the location of another mercenary, but I need to focus. I don't have a lot of time.
This is a ship manifest. Elpinor's selling weapons to both Athens and Sparta. He wants this war to go on forever.
Huh. One final clue, and then we're done in here.
A letter to Elpinor. Phoebe, you led him right to me. I have met some treacherous people. None of them compared to Elpinor. I'm going to look under every rock, in every shadow until I find and kill this vile serpent.
Our next mission, find and kill Elpinor. He's still in Phokis somewhere. We just don't know exactly where. But there is an area of Phokis called the Valley of the Snake. This is where you're going to find it. And it's also going to open up... Well, this is the thing that I found about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You're playing the game for hours and hours and hours, and you keep thinking, okay, I get what this game is about. There's all these things to do. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, an entirely new part of the game opens up. Even more content for you to explore, more quests for you to do, more people for you to hunt down and kill. And this is where things are going to start to get very interesting. Just as soon as we found and killed Greek Ian McShane.
Nikolaos warned me of snakes in the grass, but I wasn't expecting this.
And this is where he's hiding out. At the Temple of the Snake. So we sent Icarus up ahead to tag the positions of all the guards, and just for once I don't actually massively out-level everything. The captain is down there. Going to do a critical assassination, which is enough to outright kill her. And after eliminating all of the guards, and taking all of their stuff, all we have to do now is kill Greek Ian McShane. Poisoned my bow. I think he knows we're here.
Death is coming for you, Elpinor.
What a shame. We would have made you rich.
Open your map to find your objective. I think I have found my objective. I don't really think I require any assistance from the map at this point to figure out who it is I'm supposed to be killing. So thanks for that game, but really your assistance at this juncture is really no longer required. Ooh, sneaky little bugger. But we've got him.
Don't fight it.
And
We already have
he's down.
We'll find your mother and you'll be dead.
What next? Talk to him? Okay.
Killing me is a mistake.
A bit late for
Trusting
that.
you on Kefalonia was a mistake.
I am the reason you left that island alive. The cult wanted you dead.
What cult? Where are they?
Well, he's dead. But what's this? These things are going to be very important. But more on that in due time.
The small shard I found on Elpinor is like nothing I've ever seen. Might come in handy.
Oh, those things are going to come in very handy. So, Greek Ian McShane is dead. But killing him has left us with more questions than answered. What is this cult of Cosmos? Who is this woman that they're searching for? And who is this Demos person they keep referring to? Well, it's not going to be too long before we get the answers to those questions. And in fact, our next stop, the Oracle of Delphi, is the first step towards obtaining the answers that we're looking for. But we're not necessarily going to like the information that we find. All of that and more coming up in the next episode of Far Cry 6. Greek Wildlands. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.